play. Clicking on play in this case will kickstart the installation of my Linux. Now it will not kickstart the installation directly, so I'm going to go full screen by clicking on this. This is enter full screen mode, and you can exit full screen at any time. Now at this point my system is trying to start, but like I said initially, you can take Ubuntu for a spin, meaning this system is going to allow you to actually use Ubuntu as if it will install on your machine, even though it is not currently installed, meaning you don't need to set up the complete installation of this operating system before you can use it. So it's going to boot and move straight to the desktop, allowing us to actually browse the internet if we want to, send email for example, before, if we like it, then you can start the installation process. Now if you have installed this thing from a USB drive, it is still going to take you through this same process. So we are going to wait for this process to complete. We'll take Ubuntu for a spin, so just do one or two things, then we'll now kickstart the installation, because we want to persist whatever we do. Now persist in this case means that whatever we do will be on the system if we restart it. Let me go over that again. If we are taking Ubuntu for a spin before installation, for instance, as it is booting now, it's going to the desktop directly, not giving me option to install, because it's assuming that I just want to take Ubuntu for a spin, test it, play around with it before I decide if I want it and if I don't. Now if I have played around with it without installing it, it means you can actually have Ubuntu as an operating system that is never installed on your machine, meaning you just want to use it to send your regular email without need, if you don't care about signing into your email always. Or number two, the one people use it for most of the time, just for browsing internet without saving any of your browser history. Now this is a very good point. If you want to go anonymous on the internet, having virtual machine like Ubuntu like this deployed on your Windows or Mac OS X is the best way to do that without putting your basic Windows or your normal operating system to the internet. Now you can see it's getting to the desktop. The sound you heard, that is the Ubuntu sound. Now it's asking for install. Great. So you have try Ubuntu or install Ubuntu. So I can just say you can try Ubuntu without making any changes to your computer directly from the CD, or if you're ready, you can install alongside or instead of your current operating system. This shouldn't take too long, but I just want to try Ubuntu and then decide if I really want Ubuntu and or if I don't want Ubuntu, not install. But remember, we are still going to install Ubuntu. This basic window will still come back for us later on when we start our installation proper. But for now, I'm just going to click on try Ubuntu and wait for it to give me a desktop environment where I can actually start trying it out. Let's give it some few minutes. Now I'm going to leave my screen on throughout the process of this training so that you can see how I carry out every operations that I will carry out in this training and what challenges you face and how to sort them out. Challenges are not really much in this case. The OS is set up and it has come up with, it comes pre-installed with most of your daily software. Things like Firefox is there. There is no Chrome, so we are going to attempt to install Chrome. I'm going to show you how to get to install some of this software free of charge. As a basic user, I'm going to be showing you where to get this software free of charge and how you can be installing them without paying a dime. You don't pay for any licenses, and we'll see how that works. So we're going to be patient, wait for it to load, and when it's finished loading, then our exploration of Ubuntu desktop workstation begins. Now you can see, because we have not installed Ubuntu, the Ubuntu desktop has loaded and it gives us the opportunity to double click and hit install. This is the current version of Ubuntu 18.04.1 LTS. So however, I'm going to just, I think it has finished. All right, so this is all show all applications. Now if you click on this, it gives you all of the applications that are currently installed. Remember that you have not really installed any application on the system, and like I said initially a little while ago, Ubuntu came pre-installed with a lot of applications. Some of the basic applications you will need are already installed on this operating system, so you don't need to be installing Microsoft Office where you need to buy another license. Oh, that's another thing. Ubuntu comes pre-installed with a lot of applications that are free to use, completely free to use. So this is your basic Excel like library, calculators. Then this is your like Microsoft Word like, and for those of you who do PowerPoint, this is your PowerPoint like. So actually you are not going to really miss anything if your basic operation revolves around Office applications and internet browsing. But of course I'm going to be showing you how to install some of your favorite applications like basic graphics editing software and image editing system. We are going to be browsing through this system also. So I'm just going to hit this application to go back to my desktop. Now I have not really installed Ubuntu yet, so I click here. You can see my sound. Okay, I'm a live session user. Live session user simply means I'm only testing it. By the time I install the Ubuntu, it's going to give me the opportunity to actually give it a name, put a username to this, and then I can move on from here. But this is a live session user. Wired is connected. My Bluetooth is also connected, and this is where you power off your system or turn it off or restart it, as the case may be. And this is where you go to settings on your system. This is your disk. This is because we have not installed Ubuntu. Again, this is your disk, your ISO file, in this case like your DVD-ROM, where you can just double click here and then you can kickstart the installation. This is your Firefox, and this is your Thunderbird Mail. This is your File Explorer system. For those of you who use Android phone, I believe you can really relate to this. This is your Rhythm Box library, then Ubuntu software. This is where you come to install all of the software you will need in performing your day-to-day business activities. Now let's quickly do some house cleaning. If you right click, you have a lot of options. Also, you can create a folder, select all item on the desktop, keep all your icons on desktop aligned, organize desktop by name, change desktop background. If you do any of these, if you make any of these changes, the changes you make will not persist by the time the system boots and comes back, or by the time you shut down this system and then you boot it again, because you have not really installed this Ubuntu on your system. It is not existing on your machine yet. So I can click on background and see the options that we have. Ubuntu comes with a lot of beautiful designs that you can choose from. So I'm going to just select let's scroll a bit. Okay, there's this some. Okay, let me pick this for instance. Once you just click on it, automatically it applies. So let's wait. All right, automatically it applies. That is how it works. So I'm going to close it. You see, I'm dragging it. Now what I can do again is to see if I can increase the view of my screen. You can see, because I'm running from VM and I've gone full screen, let's go to settings. Of course I can also come here and try to get to settings, but the easiest way is to actually come here, settings. I'll go to desktop. So what I want to do is to increase. Okay, I'm trying to let's give it. Okay, oh, sorry, my ruler mouse is refusing to do what I want it to do. The screen is too small. Let's click here. Okay, so I'm trying to have everything in one place. Oh, we may not be able to really do that, like changing this desktop. Okay, so why don't we just start the installation? Or before we start the installation, let's do one thing to show that you can take Ubuntu for a spin. You can see that we have been able to change our desktop. You just click on the browser here. I'm going to attempt to sign into my email even before Ubuntu is installed. Like I said previously, if your aim is to be able to browse anonymously, this is the best way to do it. This is a fine way to achieve that anonymous browsing that most of us really yearn to achieve. So I'm going to go google.com, and if I have internet, if my system has internet connection, I'm going to also have it here. Oh, there's no, okay, no, there should be. It said sorry, google.com added additional. So you can see I can actually browse google.com even before Ubuntu is installed. But the difference here is that if for whatever reason I come back, most of the browser histories will not be there. This is basically how to take Ubuntu for a spin before you finally install it. And you can see the language. I'm currently in English, US, Australian, Cameroon, and we have UK also. So